Hi, everyone. This is your host, Maheen, and welcome to the Canadian SME Small Business Podcast, where we're back again with another episode. Our platform is a testament to the indispensable role of small and medium sized enterprises in our economy. Today, we're shining a light on the real estate and development sector, underscoring why small businesses are crucial and why supporting local businesses is essential, and how they contribute significantly to our economic landscape. Today, we're honored to have Dr. SteveGupta, founder and chairman of the Gupta Group, with us. And Dr. Gupta is a visionary in the Toronto real estate scene with a portfolio that includes 19 hotels and 5 million square foot of residential and commercial properties under development across Canada. His dedication to community through the Gupta Family Foundation and his numerous accolades, including the Order of Ontario, underscore his impact and leadership within Toronto community and beyond. Join us as we delve into his remarkable journey and the future of urban development. Good afternoon, Dr. Gupta, and welcome to the Canadian SME Small Business Podcast. How are you today?
I'm very good. Thank you very much, Maheen, for that nice intro.
Your intro is your bio itself is so impressive, and we're quite excited to cover your journey. From arriving to Canada to becoming one of Ontario's most successful real estate developers is truly inspiring, and we're quite eager to learning more about your commitment to giving back to the community, which really highlights your passion for progress and philanthropy. Now, before we even begin, we would really, I really want to take a moment to connect with our listeners. Dr. Gupta's journey from arriving in Canada with just $108 to becoming a titan in real estate is a vivid reminder of the limitless potential that resides in dedication, hard work, and vision. So, what dreams are you nurturing? What steps are you taking to turn them into reality? Let's really draw the inspiration and learn from the resilience and strategic thinking that have marked Dr. Gupta's journey. Now, let's begin our discussion with Dr. Gupta. Dr. Gupta, the path to becoming a successful entrepreneur is filled with challenges and milestones. Can you share or tell us about your life before moving to Canada and what drove you to take that leap?
Well, I was born in India and raised in India. I had my education there. I did my bachelor in sciences degree, and then I studied 2 years for master in mathematics. But I always wanted to come and visit some of these Western countries. People talked a lot about a few relatives in England. They left India in the 50s, and they did very well over there. For that reason, I had this fascination of coming and exploring some of these countries. So I came to visit first Europe, and went to England and Scotland, Ireland, spent a couple months over there. Then I came to Canada. And when I came to Canada, it was May, I believe. And everybody said, oh, it's a beautiful country, but winters are very harsh over there. They try to scare me. I don't know why, what their motive was, but people get frostbites, they get their ears cut off, whatever, they're frozen. And I said, okay, I'm going to apply for immigration over here. I came here as a visitor just to visit the country.
Mm-hmm.
And I applied in 20 days. I got my immigration.
Mm-hmm.
And medical and everything within 20 days, which was great. And then I said, I'm going to explore this country. So I stayed here for a year. I wanted to join real estate. I could not those days. You have to be in the country for 1 year before you could get a real estate selling license.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had to then, second best thing was selling insurance. So I had to write an IQ test, which I had to send to New York, and that was easy for me to pass. And I joined insurance. That was my first foray into Canada. And I was within 1 year, was the best-selling salesman in the branch.
Mm-hmm.
So I won the trip to San Diego to go there for their conference. So it was pretty nice. But since then, it's all history. It's a lot of hard work. Because nothing comes without hard work.
Right.
And courage, confidence, and conviction that, yes, I can do it. And that drove me. I wanted to do something as a Canadian coming here, something different for everybody that not only brings a good name for me, my family, and also for my country, back country, which is my homeland, India. Yes, and that's what I did. And doing that is most important when you're working in Canada. You also work as a Canadian,
Mhm.
work in the community, give back to the community, create the jobs, whichever way you can. Canada has been great to me. It's a super country for immigrants like me. Ample opportunities provided you want to take advantage and you want to work hard.
But Dr. Gupta, what do you attribute your remarkable success to? I mean, transitioning from just 108 to leading one of Ontario's top real estate portfolios. What's the secret?
Well, secret is a lot of hard work, passion
Right.
for hard work, and a little bit of luck. Without, I always say that harder I work, luckier I get. But at the same time, if you don't work, you need to have a little bit of a balance. I believe in God. I believe in that. Whatever I do, I leave the fruits of my labor. God will give me the reward, and He has. And then I have a very, very supporting and beautiful wife who was big inspiration and big support for me. Whatever I did, she never held me back. If I was late working 16 hours, I never had issues at home. That was one of my biggest strengths to achieve what I achieved, because there's no such thing as easy way to the top. You have to pay your dues. And 14, 15, 16 hours a day was all for me. No Saturdays and no Sundays. Didn't matter what it is. I had to work. If I had to work, if I had to go and see a property, I'll take a detour if I was going to a party
Right.
and go and see the property, then go to the party. So, and that's the passion that you have to have.
Hmm.
And then I always say this, that I'm one of those entrepreneurs that entrepreneurs, I believe they come when they're born, they come wired up from the gods or from the heavens, whatever you call it, with the when they but then they need the opportunity to shine. And that when that opportunity or that spark hits them, that's when they explode. And that's what I did. When I came to Canada, it took me a few years to accumulate the initial capital. And after that, then it was snowball effect and continue going and never stop.
Now, your story is quite a beacon of resilience and ambition for many aspiring entrepreneurs. We love the inspiration and motivation behind you finding your path in your career. Now, the initial phases of building a business are often the most challenging, Dr. Gupta. And, we'd love to hear some from you. What were some of the greatest obstacles that you faced earlier in your career, and how did you really navigate through them?
Well, the biggest obstacle for me was I had the intellect, I had passion to hard work, and I had the knowledge to hard work, I had the education, but I was lacking initial capital, which I didn't know anybody in this country. So if I had, or I was able to tap into somebody who had lots of money, who needed somebody like me who has the knowledge and the courage and the stamina to work, I could have taken off much sooner. But it took me a few years to accumulate the initial capital. And so that was the biggest stumbling block. Other than that, I think Canada overall, I never had any issue. If I went to a meeting on one and I was able to explain my situation, I never had to go back, and I was able to convince them. And all people bought what I had to sell, what I had to convince. And that's the confidence that I had in my ability, that once I go there, I'll be able to convince people to see my way of thinking.
No, that's amazing. I mean, your experiences really offer invaluable lessons in perseverance and strategic thinking. And on that note, I want to connect again with our listeners. I mean, reflecting on Dr. Gupta's early challenges and how he navigated through them provides us with invaluable lessons on resilience. And for all the entrepreneurs and dreamers listening, remember that every challenge is a stepping stone towards your success. So you need to keep reminding yourselves, like, how do you respond to adversity really helps you define your path forward. Now, let's touch base on Dr. Gupta, your philanthropy and giving back. I mean, beyond business, your efforts in these areas have made significant impacts. Can you share more about your recent 1 million donation to TMU and why supporting this institution was so important to you?
In 2000, early 2000, they opened a hotel in downtown Toronto at Dundas and Jarvis. And at that time, we connected with the TMU at that time, Ryerson. Their hospitality students needed a place where they could get physical training. And we hired them. We used to work with their co-op program, and we trained their students in hospitality in working in different areas, whether sales or marketing or management or whatever. And so that's how our relationship started, and it grew. And in 2015, I was fortunate enough that Ryerson at that time conferred upon me the doctorate degree at the time. We had an ongoing relationship, and I also find that this TMU is the university of the masses of people. Like Ted Rogers School of Business has 50% of its students are ethnic students. And I like to give back, being ethnic myself. I like to give back to the community where people who need the most get the help. There are a lot of beautiful universities in Canada. Toronto University, I've served on the board of governors for University of Toronto, and that they also have a lot of connections. They have a lot more money than this university does. So this university needs help, and that's the reason I connected. I felt that giving back to the community where a lot of the people from different countries are coming and they are in need, they need that stepping stone to help them. That was part of the reason.
We love that. I mean, your commitment to giving back really enriches your legacy and sets a sterling example for others. Now, Dr. Gupta, the Gupta Group is known for its innovative and community-focused projects. Can you walk us through the vision behind the Yonge City Square and what makes it a unique development?
Absolutely. We have always developed projects that in whatever neighborhood they are, they're different. We basically provide them a hotel style services in advance.
Hmm.
These days, because of the economy, because of the prices being so high, that you cannot afford to have 2,000, 3,000 square foot condominiums. So condominium sizes are smaller. So basically, that's a place for you to go and sleep and cook and do whatnot. But rest of your living room and your family room and all those areas are extended into the amenities of the building, and that's where we excel. We have added resort style living in a city living in a condominium. Last project at Dundas Square Gardens, which is Dundas and Jarvis, the 55-story building, 1,012 units. We won two awards: the high, the best community living in a high-rise building award from National Association of Home Builders, and also the best overall project. And they're very proud of that achievement for that. In the Yonge City Square, similarly, is at Yonge and York Mills. In that neighborhood, last 20 years, no condominium has been built because it's a very difficult area to buy land. It's very, very, very expensive. It's the bridle path of Toronto, so to say. All follows nearby, Bayview Village, Yorkville, Bayview and Shepherd Baby Village Shopping Center. So all those areas are very expensive areas, Bridle Path, post-story areas. And for that reason, we felt it's right on the subway. This community could provide people who are living in these big homes, if they want to step down and they don't want to go downtown, in whether it's Yorkville, whether it's Yonge and St. Clair, or Yonge and Eglinton. So we provide them the best of best location and best of best amenities. So we created this design with over 30,000 square foot of amenity space right on the subway, overlooking the golf course, all green all around. Nothing else will be built there, hopefully. And the three main hospitals being Sunnybrook, North York General Hospital, and River Valley, within 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. And then the best of best schools, Crescent School, Upper Canada, Havergale College, all those schools, the York Mills Collegiate, all of them are within 10 minutes drive. And
Mm-hmm.
the shopping center, same way, Yorkdale Shopping Center is 10 minutes away. Bayview Village, Fairview is also within 5 to 7 minutes. And it's a perfect location. And we call it everything is perfect. We have golf course next door. You can walk to it. You don't have to
Right.
drive to a golf course. What else can you ask for? And the
Wow.
building is built with bay windows, which bow windows, which most projects won't do because they're very costly. When you stand in that window, you can have a 180-degree view all around. And the facilities we have golf simulators, we have rooftop rooftop terrace with fire pits and also reading areas with a pool and cabanas, and we have libraries and we have fitness center, yoga center, all kinds of facilities that you think of. They're all there in that community.
Now, talking about that, I mean, I've firsthand experienced what's living like in one of your developments. I've lived in the downtown one in Jarvis Street back in 2020 when it was, I think, recently made available for public to rent out, and I was there for 6 months, and it was a beautiful experience. I was on I believe the fifth floor, quite, and that is where the reception was. So
That's the
beautifully
receptionist.
executed, very very nicely facilitated. So amazing experience for me, and I'm quite excited for people to learn more about the projects because they really exemplify your innovative approach to creating spaces that enhance urban living. So great work with that, Dr. Gupta. Now, how do projects like these reflect the Gupta Group's approach to urban development and community building?
I think that's what we get, what people want in the area. That is most important. That the project you mentioned, a lot of our consultants were reluctant to do a lobby on the fifth floor. We call it a sky lobby, and we did the finishings and all that with the library, reading areas, and we have the bar, we have the lounge where you could sit and have parties. We have created kitchens that people could have gourmet food prepared there and call their friends because if their unit was too small. Same thing we are creating in this community. And it's important for people when they invite their friend, they can still do that. They need to
Hmm.
have that. In a house, you have all those facilities, and people are buying a detached house or whatever, larger home. So in the condominium, we don't want people to feel that I don't have a space to invite friends. We
Right.
have created all that facility for them with the party rooms and the kitchen where you can have 10, 12 to 20, depending on the size of the project. We provide all that. And yet, if somebody wants to go and read a book, sit down in the library, we provide the telephone plugs, we provide your USBs, we provide all those things that in hotels we think of. And
Right.
we make sure that everything's within the reach of people. They don't have to look for it.
Well, building a legacy like this, I mean, the real estate sector requires insight, determination, and adaptability. On that note, Dr. Gupta, what advice would you give to someone today looking to build a legacy in real estate or any other sector?
Well, thank you. Well, this is it's a great question. But again, first thing is that I would say whatever, find your niche, what you're liking, what your niche is, and then look into the areas. And if you are expert in that information wise, then otherwise hire somebody who can provide you the feasibility study or the knowledge about the project or the market where you want to go, and create something different. Be unique. Everybody everybody wants to do something. When you are the best, you are one of number of people. When you are unique, you're the only one.
Right.
And I would like that if you have, I have, I started my businesses starting from um, exceeding expectations of our guests. And then our logo changed after 10 years. We said redefining excellence. And because excellence is not enough, people want in everything you do in that class. Like if you go and spend multi-million dollars, put gold faucets, everybody's going to love that. You know what I'm saying.
Right.
But being unique and creating something that in its class is unique and its class is excellent. If you exceed excellence, people will follow you and success will follow you.
Definitely. Now, your wisdom is quite a guiding light for future generations aiming to make a lasting impact. And as we approach the end of today's enriching conversation with Dr. Steve Gupta, it's essential to reflect on the insights shared and the stories of resilience, innovation, and philanthropy that have shaped his journey. So, for everyone tuning in, this is an invitation to look beyond the immediate challenges and focus on a bigger picture of what you're building, and let's take Dr. Steve Gupta's, advice to heart, pursue our passion with determination, and always remember the value of giving back to our communities. And on that note, Dr. Steve, before we, conclude, what could you share like a final piece of advice or wisdom for our listeners, especially those venturing into entrepreneurship?
Yes, 100%. Thank you very much. You speak really well, by the way, and thank you for choosing our project and Dundas, the Jarvis. It is one of
Jarvis, yes.
the best projects.
Beautiful, beautiful project.
We are
Sure.
very, very proud of it.
Thank
And
you.
for all the listeners, I say there's no easy way to the top. You have to work hard, and you have to have a passion, and you have to have a human heart. Giving back to TMU was very important for us because I believe education is the most important thing in the world. If you can educate the generations, you can look at your investment or your fruit of your investment 100 years down the road, 3 or 4 generations. Hopefully, next generation they'll educate them too. Learning is like breathing. You should never stop until the last day that you're on earth. The most important part is whatever you do, you feel proud that if this was my last day, I have achieved something in this world. That's the most important thing. I always think I want to give back to community, have a good heart. Anybody you touch and feel, they should always feel reputation is something that will be there after we are gone from here, from this world. And anything you do, put your heart and soul in it.
Hmm.
Most important thing, no project is small or large. Start with small project, continue growing until you find the niche that or find the project that you feel that you're comfortable with. Always communicate and have good friends around you, good family around you. If you have no family, what's the sense of doing all this? There are a lot of people that are living alone, and good luck to them. There's nothing wrong with it, but at the same time, giving back starts from the family. Giving back, whether it's your time, whether it's your money, whether it's your care, whether it's your love, that starts from the family. And then you expand it to your community, then you expand to your city, province, and the country. Canada is a superb country where we are fortunate, all of us immigrants who came from wherever different parts of the world, hundreds different countries, live in Toronto in harmony. It's very important for us to give back to the community.
Hmm.
Mahatma Gandhi once said that when the wallet is emptied, heart is filled. So it's important. It's so
Definitely.
important to give back to the community. It's so important to give back, to do something. People will forget if you give them some money, but make people feel good.
Right.
Make your meeting with them or your feelings with them memorable, so they remember you. You touch their heart. If you touch their heart, they'll always remember you.
You touched our hearts, Dr. Gupta, but thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your profound insights and experiences. I mean, your journey is a testament to the power of vision, hard work, and community engagement in achieving success. And that was the end of our conversation with Dr. Steve Gupta. Today, we discussed the entrepreneurial journey, overcoming challenges, philanthropy, and innovative projects like Young City Square, and advice for building a legacy. These insights are crucial for anyone looking to make their mark in the business world. We'd also like to express our gratitude to our partners: exclusive banking partner RBC, exclusive shipping partner UPS, exclusive accounting software partner Xero, and exclusive email partner Constant Contact. Remember to subscribe to the Canadian SME Small Business Magazine by visiting our website, canadiansme.ca, for more empowering stories and resources.